Did you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Swindon. It's like a horrible
that's not that horrible.
It is.
Yeah, you go, it's one way in Wales, one way you go to Gloucester.
Yeah, yeah.
You can hang out about the posh people out there.
Yeah, well,
Stroud.
Yeah.
It's only half an hour.
I didn't really like Stroud either, but yeah, so I grew up, so I grew up there and then went
well,
to...
that's Damien Hirst in that crowd house.
Yeah, yeah.
They all live there. There was one old man who had a pub in Stroud, you know, he wrote a book called Cider with Rose and Laurie Lee.
Right, yeah, I know Laurie Lee, yeah.
Yeah, I used to drink beer.
Oh, really?
Pub. See, my life,
and I walked out one day, the bit where he just walks around Spain as well, yeah.
But that pub was bought by, I know it's just recording, by Dan Chadwick. You know Dan Chadwick?
No.
He is the best friend of Damien Hirst. They're like buddies.
Yeah.
And his father's also a very famous artist called Lean Chadwick. They have a lot of work. Tate. He was a star after Henry Moore.
Right.
Somewhere along the line, I don't know, that happens to artists. He was marginalized.
Yeah.
But he was very rich because all the dictators in Latin America, since they couldn't afford Henry Moore, that was a joke. But he was a nice guy, so he owned a park there, Lippiat Park.
Right.
And Dan is a very good, he was my assistant for a while. And he was also the assistant of Zaha Hadid.
Yeah.
And Zaha Hadid, he did all the models. And his patron for a long time is one of the two brothers who own Tetra Pak. Right. It's nice to have that kind of thing. So he and Damien are real mates, because he's the godfather of the music.
Yeah.
So I knew Damien from way back. Then last time we saw each other, actually in Reading, when he was on the way back to Devon when he was living there. And I was going back to Prague, and he was rushing to have his first baby. I wish you'd really film all these relationships I had with English art. They were very amazing.
I'll get him.
No.
Okay.
And that's for ladies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scandalous things I know about.
Okay. Well, we can just hold it back and not show it for a long time. So.
But you should, you continue. This is a wonderful job you've got. You know, because I think archiving what artists do, but maybe at one point, if you can get a grant separate, I don't know if you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Do a different kind of a longer interview.
Yeah,
where at their home, how they go around doing their art, or what they eat for dinner.
Yeah.
Those things are wonderful. And you know, art actually oscillates between gossip and polemic. You know, if you read about an artist, they gossip about his love life, money, poverty, everything.
Yeah.
And then there's the polemic, which is constant. I mean, I'm just reading more about the polemic in this book, but again, because she is really into the abstract art.
Yeah.
That's why I told her that I know all these artists in this book. Perché Vittoria è il bianco.
Sì.
È fanatica del bianco.
Sì.
Everything is, everything has to be white.
Yeah.
And then I said, but Eve Klein is not white, she's blue. but she prints it in black and white. I mean, it's so she's wonderful. She's a professor at the academy. She also does art.
Yeah.
And she lives in an apartment, all is white. She buys art, all white, tutti bianco. When you go there like that, you have to remove all your shoes, it gives you white slippers, it gives you edit something white so that you can destroy the whiteness in her apartment. I love it. But I said, but I'm not white. I said, I better become next time. White makeup.
No, but capelli rossi, red.
Yeah, red. She's a redhead. Very red. But to go back to this thing that London Biennale has to do with colors, the arcobaleno.
Arcobaleno, sì. Adesso prepareremo un video per nuovo.
Because they're doing something very interesting in Aquileia, which was destroyed by the earthquake.
Yeah.
And then terremoto. And the people still don't live properly. So I'm afraid that there'll be another earthquake. So a lot of artists and they've been invited to this. I hope I don't go disappearing there. So I said, I'm going. She's a nice beauty.
Victoria Biasi she organized una performance in L'Aquila, sulla scalinata di San Bernardino, il titolo In Albis.
Qual è il titolo?
In Albis. In Albis.
In the clouds.
Many people,
yeah, because
many
it's very high up.
Ci sono in
No, I've been to Rome and Florence and Venice and then Milan and Pisa and all
What is a nice place?
Genoa as well.
She has a gallery in Rome. So
in
MEDIAPROJECT
magazine, international magazine. There is published the video of In Albis all'Aquila. In
and you may have a show there if you're home. When you're in a holiday time.
In Google, in YouTube, In Albis, L'Aquila, Victoria Biasi. There are 2 videos of performance.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm going to just change the subject. I'm going to talk in English, so you don't know. So the London Biennale. So this is the only. You see how backward we are. We don't have final facts. Well, it's called the Rainbows. It started in the year 2000. And it will be. These are the dates.
Right. So 8th of July.
8th of July to the end is the 9th of August. And it's Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, right? And the first day, because the last Biennale, I invited people on the last minute, like when I sent you the email yesterday, to come to the Serpentine Gallery and be dressed in red, because there was the Jean Nouvel Red Pavilion. And people came, it was so beautiful. Some of us disappeared in the red, just seeing heads floating. It was so beautiful, really. And even people who were going there, they thought, what is this event? So I thought, we'll do the rainbow. And another interesting thing, that guy who killed in Norway, he killed a lot of people. And you know what they did to make the young people in Norway? They had a song by Pete Seeger. We are the children of the rain. Isn't it amazing? Just by chance. And Pete Seeger was a friend of mine when I was a boy in New York. And so I said, that's really just by chance, because the rainbow also, I did a series of works about the rainbow, which was annulled by the San Francisco Museum of Asian Art, because they thought it was pornography. Imagine, and by the Houston Museum, it was you go in. Well, I wanted it, like you can, you have steam baths like you have in Rome. You have steam baths, and you go in and you remove your clothes, you remove your underwear, and you can look around where you can dye the underwear, like if you like the red, the yellow, the blue, and then they're being hung up as a rainbow, And they said, this is immoral. Can you imagine how crazy this is? I said, it's a lovely idea that you can find a color you like. Anyway, then I did a whole series of, I had lots of people who, did, I call it the rainbow. So I meet somebody, usually just a straight said, would you like to join in this thing? And then the underwear, they select a color, or they have different colors, and it's very nice. Anyway, this has nothing to do with that. So on this first Sunday, we ask everybody to dress in black, and go to Black Hill, because that's also very famous in the history here, because that was all the fighting. That was where the Black Plague, that was called Black Hill, right? But 3 of the artists of the London Biennale have died since the year 2000. There were 3 women. They're very interesting artists. One began as a lady of the night in Soho, as a young girl, because she just after the war. Then she painted scenes from her bedroom when she had no customers. She had a red light, and she would paint scenes of Soho. They were beautiful paint, but she couldn't find an exhibition for them. And to the London Biennale, she died. I think she just died of a heart attack. Another is an artist from Lebanon. She's quite famous.
Yes.
And a third artist was one of the Guinnesses. She died of breast cancer. So they had shows.
Yeah.
So that is on black. There's no color. Then on the Thursday, we go to Red Lion Square.
Right. Yeah.
So talk around there and then walk to the British Museum and look at red things.
Yeah.
And people can talk about, oh, I saw Tanka, Tibetan Tanka.
Yeah.
Can go for drinks.
Yeah.
So the orange is the orangery
Yeah.
in Holland Park.
Okay.
It just goes on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's some things that are interesting, like Green Park, of course. Some Americans are going to come with greenbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going around. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're coming over from Brooklyn.
Yeah. Okay.
So then during this Biennale, there are called pollinations.
A pollination in STUDIO.RA and RO.MI. Where is possible to organize?
Luglio or Agosto.
Luglio-agosto. Allora luglio.
Because they've had pollinations this year will be in Macau, China, very nice, and Thailand in Bangkok, I think, Singapore, Manila. There's so many. So in Italy it's Bergamo, Montegrotto and Padova.
Sì, sì, mio amico.
And I think Minorulo, they want to do one in Lelio Lopez,
sì,
in Napoli,
a Napoli,
in Pozzuoli, and in Sorrento. Roberto Scala che adesso. So all these artists who cannot come, they can make their own pollination. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So it's a way of meeting people. Like ieri sera, there's so many people there. So
many people.
Amazing. Wow.
Okay. So I'm going to have to head back to the office now. I'm going to phone Hikari now.
Is there somebody? Yeah, I'm something here.
Yeah, I'll phone.
Because we have to okay horizon. Because this guy,
No, this is no. This
So I'm going to phone Hikari, the director, to find out which of the next Saturdays she can do, and then I'll
if you can
send her a letter. Send you a letter with the dates, and then if you just give me a call.
Okay, wait a second. There's that person we want. Do you have a mobile phone?
Yeah, do you want me to give you my number?
No, yeah, you write it down here.
Yeah,
But
sure.
the point is, I want to find out where this guy is. He's somewhere in this building. It's, the artist. Because I said to meet in the basement cafe. So, what's his name? These are the people who came last night.
This is my magazine and my name. And it's in English. It's in English.
Okay. Can you just dial that for me? That number. Nick. Ieri sera questo giovane artista.
Nicolas, non c'è.
No, non perché lui è la prima volta che viene. Questo caffè è nuovo. This is so complicated. Yes, bloody Tate. He might have been here since 12 noon.
Okay.
Where is